Hey, what's up everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another prediction video. This is for UFC Vegas 51, Vicente Luque versus Belal Muhammad. There's a couple decent fights on this card. There's not really that many great betting spots, definitely not that many spots to bet big on, but I found a couple decent spots so far, and I got a couple other good ones I like. We're going to do a quick recap of UFC 273, and then we'll get right into UFC Vegas 51. UFC 273, I went 4-1 for plus 2.2 units. It was a good night. It was a great night. It could have been a way better night had the judges not robbed everybody, in my opinion. My 4 wins, my first win was the Darian Weeks over 1.5 rounds. I had 1.8 units to win 1 unit, and I really liked that bet, and it was really easy bet to cash. There wasn't even no danger. A little bit in the 3rd round, but, you know, we was already cashed our bet by then. Second win was Piera Rodriguez. I had 1.75 units to win 2.35 units. I got her at plus 135, and she had a tough first round. You know, Kay Hansen came out tough and strong like she did, but Piera took over in the 2nd and 3rd, and that was awesome for her to get that win. She's gonna be somebody to keep your eye on for sure. 3rd win was Mike Malott. I had him in a parlay. I had Dricus Duplessis fall off, so I had 1.1 units to win 0.7, and he looked phenomenal. 4th win was Kianzad Chimaev, 2.5 units to win 0.7. I had him in a parlay, and Imavov had fell off that. So them were the 4 wins. My 1 loss with the asterisk by it is Piotr Jan and Volkanovski. I had them in a 2-fight parlay. I had 2.5 units to win 1.45 units, and I lost that bet, but I thought I won that bet. I'm not gonna dwell on it too long, man. It sucked. I thought Piotr won that fight, and but it is what it is, man. This MMA judging is terrible. That brings my official bet record after UFC 273 to 86-57 for plus 39.65 units. You know, my units are $100, so I'm up $3,965 right now. We're gonna add on to it again this week. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to get up to 500 subscribers by the end of April. I'm at like a 420 right now, which is nice, but let's keep that going, and I'll keep bringing up these good breakdowns and winning us money. UFC Vegas 51, you got Vicente Luque versus Belal Muhammad in a main event. It's a rematch from about 3-4 years ago when Vicente Luque had knocked him out before, but this is going to be a good fight. Another fight I'm looking forward to is Pat Sabatini versus T.j Laramie. I believe that's going to be a good fight. Both them guys are pretty good. Yeah, man, please hit that like and subscribe button. Look out for our show this week. Me and Johnny K Picks are going to be doing a show on his channel probably Wednesday or Thursday night, so watch out for that. Come join us, talk with us, be in the comments, man. We'll all go back and forth and have a great time like we always do. Yeah, man, let's get into UFC Vegas 51. Fight number 1 is in the men's heavyweight division. We got Devin Clark versus William Knight. Devin Clark's 12-6, currently sitting at minus 170. William Knight is 11-3, currently sitting at plus 140. And this fight's going to be held at heavyweight. Both these guys usually fight at light heavyweight. Excuse me. William Knight fought his last fight against Maxine Grisham at heavyweight on short notice and looked terrible. He's really little. Devin Clark, man, he's got good wrestling. He's a college wrestler, junior college champ. He's really physically strong, good with the clinch, pretty good striking with some power. He's pretty low output, though. All his wins are by decision in the UFC. He's pretty low output in the striking, but when he throws, he can throw with power. He's got good wrestling, and he's got a good clinch up against the cage. He doesn't have that much heart, though, man. That's the only problem that I have with him. Like, he's super tough and seems durable, but it seems like he can quit in fights, like against Ryan Spann and a couple other people. But man, he's got good cardio, and he's a big, strong dude, so he's pretty good. I mean, he's decent, well-rounded fighter. William Knight, you know him, short little tank dude. He's 5'10" with the 73-inch reach. Devin Clark's 6 foot with the 75-inch reach. William Knight, man, he's a big dude. He's very low output with the striking, but with power, kind of like Devin Clark, a little more powerful in my opinion. He has decent offensive wrestling. He can be taken down. He's kind of like Derek Lewis, where he sits there for 30-40 seconds, guy to have his position or whatever, and explode and get up. But he's got pretty accurate and powerful left check hook. That's what you really got to watch out for. He caught Alonzo Menafield with it. He didn't put him out fully, but almost did. And then he put out Fabio Charant with that check left hook, man, with good power. He can be clinched and held up against the cage and controlled. He's got super powerful leg kicks and, like I said, real power in that left hook. But he's got really good heart, but suspect cardio. if he can get on top, he can pound you out, dude. The dude, he's real heavy on top with really good ground and pound. But in this fight, I'm going to take Devin Clark. I'm going to take Devin Clark to be able to land some takedowns, get some top control. Devin Clark's got really good cage clinch, and I believe he's going to be able to hold William Knight up against the cage. I'm going to take Devin Clark by decision, but I'm not going to bet on that. I have no bets on that right now. Second fight is in the men's lightweight division. We got Trey Ogden versus Jordan Leavitt. Trey Ogden's 15-4, currently sitting at -135. Jordan Leavitt's 9-1, currently sitting at +105. Trey Ogden, he's coming in on short notice. I'm sure he was getting ready for some kind of fight, I hope. He's got pretty good striking for a grappler. He's mainly a grappler, but he actually has pretty good striking. He's pretty fluent. He's pretty decent power. Fast head and leg kicks. He has a fast jab and left hook. He's got pretty good wrestling and pretty good BJJ. Good ground and pound. He leaves himself open for subs, though, when he's trying to go for his own submissions. He actually has 2 submission losses to Thomas Gifford, and that just looks terrible because Thomas Gifford fought in the UFC. He had 2 fights in the UFC, and he looked like one of the worst fighters that ever fought in the UFC. But yeah, man, he's got good ground and pound. Like I said, he's been submitted. He leaves himself open for subs, but he's also got 10 wins by sub, and he's got 3 losses by sub. So he's a get finished guy, man. He's really tough, man. I actually watched a couple of his regional scene fights, and the dude's actually tough. Jordan Leavitt, he's very awkward striking. He's got decent kicks. That's the only thing I could find decent in his striking that I found. He's got okay wrestling and decent scrambles. He's got really good awkward BJJ. He doesn't have the really good wrestling to get it to the ground, but when he's on the ground, he's got good scrambles. But he has no striking. He's got terrible striking. His cardio looks suspect because it seems like he goes real hard in that first round. He's looking for the takedown. He's looking for the submissions. And if he don't get it, it looks like he got tired. Last fight, he got lucky because he was fighting Matt Salais, who just gassed out. He was a smaller guy, and he just, he hadn't fought in a couple years, and he was out of shape, and he just gassed out. But, man, I really like Trey Ogden here. If his gas holds up, I think that he'll be able to dictate if the fight goes to the ground or not, and he has way better striking. If it goes to the ground, I think he'll be on top, and as long as he can stay safe in that first round and not get submitted, I think he can. He'll either get the decision or the finish himself. Because, like I said, Jordan Leavitt, he gasses out. And I just don't like it. He's basically like jiu-jitsu or bust. That's all he is. And I think Ogden's going to be able to hang with him. So, yeah, man, give me Trey Ogden. I don't have a bet on him yet, but I do plan on betting on him. I was looking to see where the line went because it was at 135. Then it went down to 130. So I was thinking I would be able to save some money. Now it's back to 135. So when I go to the casino tomorrow, I plan on betting on Trey Ogden. Look out for my official bets video that'll come out like next Thursday or Friday, and I'll let you know for sure. Fight number 3 is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Heili Alateng versus Kevin Croom. Alateng is 14-8-2. He's currently sitting at -185. Kevin Croom is 21-14. He's currently sitting at +155. I'm going to get to this first, man, the height and reach. Kevin Croom is 5'11 with a 73-inch reach, where Heili Alateng is 5'5 with a 66.5-inch reach. So he's going to have 6 inches of height and roughly 6.5 inches of reach on Heili Alateng. Alateng's the big favorite. He's got decent striking with some power. He's got like fast boxing hands, but he's mainly a wrestler. But he doesn't really use his wrestling that much. Like, he's got good wrestling. Like I said, he only uses it if he needs to. He likes to throw big overhand right with no setup. He's pretty low output. He's very tough with good cardio. We've seen in all of his fights. He can keep a good pace, and he's very durable. But I'm not that impressed with him. I don't know if he should really be -185 over anybody in the UFC. I know he's got a couple wins over some lower level guys, but he's got a win over Dana Bakhtarov, but he was getting beat up a little bit in that, and I don't really think he won it. He had some takedowns in the third that kind of made him look like he won it, but yeah, man, he's fighting Kevin Croom, who actually has good striking with decent feints, and he's really long, like I said. He's got really fast straight punches, and he darts in with combos. I really like that. Really good hard body kicks. He's got decent wrestling and pretty good BJJ himself, so I don't even know if Heili Alateng is going to be able to get the takedown being that much littler. He's got a decent long jab to a right hand. That's good. He seems like he goes hard in the first and then slows down. If he could get that under control, he'd be a lot better. Because the dude's super tough, and actually showed pretty good cardio against Brian Kelleher last fight, I thought. So he looked good actually against Brian Boone Kelleher, and he I believe he was on short notice, and they fought up a weight, but he's just consistently moving forward, striking, trying to grapple, doing something. I really like that, man. So him at +155, I think he might even be able to land takedowns. He's going to be so much bigger than Alateng, and I think he's going to. I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to outstrike Alateng standing up. So if Heili Alateng can't land the takedowns, I don't think he's going to win. And Kevin Croom has some pretty good finishes. This is a low-level fight. I'm going to take Kevin Croom as the big underdog by decision, maybe even finish, but I'm not betting it. I haven't bet it yet. Like I said, there's a lot of fights on here that are like, they make you want to bet it, but it'd be better just to watch these because who knows what's going to happen in a lot of these. Speaking of that, fight number 4, we got the men's welterweight division. We got Andre Fialho fighting Miguel Baeza. Andre Fialho is 14-4, currently sitting at plus 150. Miguel Baeza is 10-2, so currently sitting at minus 180. Andre Fialho, man, this dude's good. You seen him last fight against Michel Pereira. He came in on short notice and gave a really good account for himself, man. It really came down to that 3rd round for Michel Pereira to win that fight. He's got really good striking. He uses a nice jab to set up his right hand and kicks. Really good. He'll throw a fast jab, man. He's got really good power hooks and combination. You've seen against like James Vick. You've seen even he hit some with Michel Pereira, man, or Michel Pajeda. I'm sorry. Fialho, man, he's got really good octagon control and forward pressure. That's what was really slowing Pierre. God, man, that was really showing. What the heck, dude? I'm gonna get their names mixed up forever. Michel Pereira, whatever, Michel, you know when I say that. This guy's got really good octagon control, really good forward pressure. He's got really good KO power in his hands. If he can get on top, he has really good ground and pound too. But he's really only a boxer. He doesn't throw too many kicks. He likes to hurt people with his boxing, and he's really good with it, and he's got that really good pressure, which is good. It seems like his takedown defense is kind of suspect, but like I said, if he does get on top, he can end people. Miguel Baeza, man, you've seen him fight. This dude's crazy. He has crazy wars. He had the Ponzinibbio Santiago war. He had that last fight with Chaos Williams, which was a war. This dude's tough, man. He had a war with Matt Brown too before he finished him. He's got crazy good striking with power, man. He's got really powerful leg kicks. You seen before Chaos Williams got that last takedown or that knockout in the 3rd round, Baeza was working his legs like terrible, dude. Because I had a bet. I took Chaos Williams, man, and I was worried that Chaos was going to get stopped from them leg kicks, and then he hit him with that crazy hook. Yeah, man, crazy leg kicks, super fast, straight, and overhand right. He's got power in his right. He hurt Chaos a couple times with his right. Dude's real tough. He's got decent wrestling himself. He's a real big dude. And he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's got really good jiu-jitsu. Like in the Chaos Williams fight, you seen he was going for heel hooks, calf slicers, all kinds of stuff against Chaos Williams when he got him down in the 1st round. He loves the counter punch and great check left hooks, man. That's the one that he rocked Chaos Williams with once in the 1st round too. He can be drawn in the firefights. He's real technical, but man, sometimes he can be drawn into the firefights and get just sloppy. But the dude's tough. He's got a great chin. You've seen in the Santiago Ponzinibbio fight. The dude is super tough and he's willing to throw down. He's got kind of a suspect chin, and not to say that he's only been stopped once by knockout, but he got dropped by Matt Brown, he got hurt by Ponzinibbio, and then he got he got KO'd by Chaos Williams. So kind of suspect, but I'm not really worried about him getting knocked out here. He's got really good movements and feints, and like I said, his BJJ is good. Like if he's basically a 5-star fighter, he just needs a little bit better wrestling. He's a big favorite here, minus 180, but I do like the price on that. Also, Fialho's coming in again on short notice for this fight, so who knows what kind of shape he's going to be in. But give me Miguel Baeza. I'm going to take him by decision because Fialho seems really tough, but I have no bet on that. I'll see. I'm going to see what the lines come out for the over-unders and all that kind of stuff, but no bets on that yet. Fight number 5 is in the women's strawweight division. We got Sam Hughes versus Istela Nunes. Hughes is 5-4, currently sitting at plus 170. Nunes is 6-2, currently sitting at minus 210. Sam Hughes, she's like okay everywhere. She's got decent striking. She's got pretty good clinch and okay takedown. She doesn't have a wrestling background, so she's not like great at wrestling, but she does have pretty good clinch up against cage. Decent ground and pound if she can get on top. She's got good jiu-jitsu and pretty good grappling pressure. If she can be on top, she can hold the girl down, and she got good head position and stuff like that. She's got really good hand speed when she does let her hands go, but she can be low output sometimes. But she's really, really tough with really great cardio. just pretty decent everywhere, not great anywhere, you know, not overwhelming anywhere, no like clear path to victory for her in any fight. Istela Nunes, on the other hand, she's got really good striking, really good left hook to the straight right. You've seen that in her last fight with Carnelose, man. That was a war. She had really good striking, even backing up. Everything. Her kicks were nice. Her hands are super fast, super powerful jabs. She has really good takedown defense. I know she ended up getting taken down and finished in that third round against Carnelose. Carnelose's a pit bull, dude. She's so good, and she's tough, and her cardio's on point. That was just a tough fight, and I think Istela Nunes is really good. She's a 2-time Brazilian Muay Thai champion, so that's why her striking is so good, especially in the clinch. She had a really good clinch, really good left kick to the body and a high kick. She's got really good takedown defense and a good get up game when she does get down. She's got really long punches. She's gonna have a 1.5 inch reach advantage, even though she's 0.5 inches shorter. So or an inch shorter, but she's got the longer reach. Really good long punches and kicks. She's got really good clinch striking with knees and elbows. She looked great against Carnelose. Like I said, in Carnelose, I think is going to be a real high up in the division. That girl's going to be really, really good in the UFC. She's like the new Jessica Andrade. And Istela Nunes trains at American Top Team. So give me Istela Nunes. I'm going to take her by decision because Hughes is pretty tough. She don't really get finished. I have her in a parlay that I'll get to later that I have 1.35 units to win 1.75 units. But yeah, give me Istela Nunes, and I expect her to beat her up standing up, stop any of Hughes' takedowns, and get a clear-cut decision. Maybe a stoppage, but a clear-cut decision. Fight number 6 is in the women's bantamweight division. We got Mario Bueno Silva versus Yanan Wu. Bueno Silva is 7-2-1, currently sitting at -380. Yanan Wu is 12-4, currently sitting +305. Maria Bueno Silva, man, she's got really good striking with power. You've seen even in her really good leg kick, really good power in her leg kicks. You've seen her in her last fight against Manon Farrow. She was tearing up her legs. And I had a bet on Farrow, and I was getting a little worried there, but Farrow is just as tough as I was thinking she was. She's got really powerful leg kicks too. She can go to the head, but she doesn't go there as much. She's got real good Muay Thai clinch with power knees, like really good. Once she gets a girl in that, she starts taking off with knees, and I think she's going to be able to use that here for sure. She's got great takedown defense and a good get up game, and she's got really good Brazilian jiu-jitsu. She's got some submissions on her record. She can get super mean and throw with bad intent when she gets mad in a fight. You've seen even against Farrow, she was getting beat up, but she's like, come on, going at her and stuff, and throwing power knees, power leg kicks, everything, man. And she likes to press forward and be aggressive. She's really well-rounded, in my opinion. We haven't seen her wrestle too much, but she probably can. And she's really tough, and I do like her. And but she's fighting Yanan Wu, who's Chinese. She's Yanan Mulan Yan Wu or something. She's 12-4. She only has 2 wins against opponents with winning records, and one was in the UFC. It was Lucky Lauren Mueller, and that girl was 5-0, and now she's 5-4. So she wasn't UFC quality either. She's got pretty good movement and striking. It's real herky jerky. She's like always constantly moving her hands, doing all this is like drunken master stuff. She's got decent leg and body kicks. She's got okay body lock takedowns. She's very reckless and hittable, though, when she's coming into the pocket. And she doesn't really take her head off the center line too much. She's got decent punching and combos with some power. She's pretty good. She's like these other girls. She's pretty good everywhere, but just not great anywhere. She's too hittable, and even if she gets the takedown, she's really reversible. And I just like Maria Bueno Silva to land the way harder punches, control everywhere the fight is, stop all the takedowns, and I don't know if she'll get the finish because Yanan Wu's tough, but give me Maria Bueno Silva by decision, and I actually got her in a big parlay I'll get to at the end of this because you guys would be shocked, but I have a decent sized parlay in for this card, and I really think it's going to win. It's a 4-fight parlay, and it's all big favorites, but I think all the big favorites are fighting people that shouldn't be in the UFC. So they're going to be way better than them. And instead of putting in like a couple, 2 or 3 2-fight parlays that weren't going to pay that much, and I'd have $600 or 6 units invested, I'm just going to do a 1.5 unit parlay on it and win pretty good money and save me a lot of other bets. But fight number 7 is in the women's bantamweight division. We got Lina Lansberg versus Penny Kianzad. This is actually a rematch from Lina Lansberg's first professional MMA fight. She fought Penny Kianzad. She was 2-0, and Kianzad got the win back then. I think she's going to get the win now. Lina Lansberg, she's 40 years old. She's 10-5, currently sitting at plus 250. Kianzad's 15-6, currently sitting at minus 310. Lina Lansberg's 40 years old. She's got good Muay Thai striking. That's her background. She's got a pretty good clinch with great elbows. Decent takedown defense, and if she can get on top, she's got good ground and pound. But she's very low output. She's very hittable. She hasn't fought in a couple years now, and she's 40 years old. She's very slow in pretty much everything she does, and that was even 2-3 years ago when you're watching her last fight. Kianzad, on the other hand, man, like I said, she already beat Lansberg 10 years ago when Lansberg was in her prime. She's got really good boxing with fast hands. Her punches come straight down the middle with power. She's got a super powerful left hook. I really like her left hook. Good movement in and out with combos. Super mean. She can be mean. She's got great output, great cardio, good clinch and clinch striking. Likes to start the combo to the body and end up at the head, which I really like because most people ain't expecting that. She's got good takedown defense plus get up game. I really like her in this fight. I got Penny Kianzad by decision. She's one of the other people in the 4-fight parlay with so far we got Silva and Kianzad. But yeah, man, give me Kianzad a pretty easy decision, 30-27. Fight number 8 is in the men's heavyweight division. We got Chris Barnett versus Martin Buday. Barnett's 22-7, currently sitting at plus 170. Buday is 9-1, currently sitting at minus 210. Chris Barnett, man, the dude. He's got a little crazy body style for heavyweight, but the dude's very agile. Got the crazy spinning kicks, spinning back fist, spinning everything. Just crazy, man. He's 5'9" with a 75-inch reach, where Martin Buday's 6'4" with a 77-inch reach. So Buday's gonna have 7 inches of height and 2 inches of reach on him. But yeah, man, Barnett, wild and crazy striking for a small big man. Really fast striking with his hands and feet. Throws a lot of crazy spinning stuff. Throws a lot of stuff that I think wears on his gas tank. If he can hit like you've seen against Jan Vellante, then it's really good and it looks really good. But if he's not hitting like he didn't against Ben Rothwell, then you see what happens there, where he gasses out in the second, kind of gets manhandled and choked out. But he's really good at switching stances and keeping power. His unorthodox style keeps everybody guessing, and I think that's how he gets some of his crazy knockouts. He's got really good leg and head kicks with power, and he's very tough, but like I said, the suspect gas tank. Martin Buday, man, even if Barnett can get his leg up that high to hit him with a headshot, I don't know if he could knock him out anyways, man. Buday's head is so big. The dude is a giant dude, and he's super tough. Like, he's every bit of the heavyweight you're going to get, 6'4", 77-inch reach. Buday has great power striking, really good clinch with great knees. I mean, he loves to do the clinch, plum clinch, tie clinch, any of them. Get up against cage and just throw knees to the body, to the head. It's like one of his the best things I've seen out of his fights, and I watched a couple of them. He's got really good boxing with a really good jab. Really good at grabbing the head and dirty boxing too, along with that clinch. He'll hit him with some old school Randy Couture dirty boxing, just grab right behind the head, uppercut into a rabbit punch, into a pile driver. He's good left jab into left hook combo. Just throw the left jab and then follow it right with the left hook. Throws power with both hands. Really good aggression and forward pressure. He can be hittable, but like I said, giant head, iron chin. This guy looks like the real deal at heavyweight. His only loss was to Juan Espino, like his second fight. Juan Espino's a beast, man. I really like that. He can be really aggressive coming forward, throwing crazy strikes, be a little hittable, like I said, but he can eat them punches. But I've also watched the fight. It was a 5-round fight. It didn't go that long, but he came out more patient, and he looked really good. Really slow and patient, and landed some power shots and ended up getting the guy out of there. But yeah, I'm taking Buday here, but for second round TKO once Barnett slows down a little bit and takes them knees to the body and head. So Buday is going to finish out one of my parlays. I got Buday and Nunes, Istela Nunes from earlier. I have 1.3 units to win 1.75 units, and I really like that parlay. I think both of them get the hard fought win, but I think they're both way better than both their opponents, and you can still get that at pretty good odds. They're both sitting at minus 210. You get over even money with that parlay, and I really like that one. Because all these other big favorites are minus 300 to 400, and it's almost no value in putting them in there with somebody else. Fight number 9 is in the men's lightweight division. We got Drakkar Klose versus Brandon Jenkins. Drakkar Klose is 11-2-1, currently sitting at minus 425. Brandon Jenkins 15-8, currently sitting at plus 325. Drakkar Klose coming back after being pushed on the scales by Jeremy Stevens maybe like a year ago. He's been out for a while. He's pretty great like really good everywhere. He's not great anywhere, but he's really good everywhere. He's got a really good clinch. He's got really good offensive and defensive wrestling. He's good at holding guys up against the cage and beating them up. Pretty good striking. He's good at coming forward and putting pressure on guys too. And just I like his octagon control. He's got really good leg kicks and super good calf kicks. He'll beat up the calf on the guy's outside leg and beat up the inside of the leg too. Just beat up the inside of the leg and then hit the calves on the outside of the leg. I'm sorry. Yeah, man. He's really good. He's got some good wins. He's beat Lando Venata. He's beat Bobby Green. He seems to be real physically strong. He's got a wrestling background. He wrestled in college. And he seems to be really strong with really good cardio, and he's got really good fight IQ. I think he against Daniil Barriouche, the last fight when he got finished, I think he had Benio hurt more than he had Benio hurt, and he went in for the finish, and he ended up getting finished. But the only thing about Drakkar Klose is that he really only seems to do what he needs to do to win. Like, he don't get no finishes or nothing. He just does what he needs to do. He has a lot of close fights. Brandon Jenkins, though, I don't really think he should be in the UFC. You've seen him getting beat down against Zhu Rong last fight. He's got really good kickboxing. He's got explosive stuff with, like, flying knees and spinning back fists and stuff. But if he can't hit none of that, he tends to gas out, and then he tends to get beat up. He's pretty good at switching stances, but he's very hittable with the suspect chin. He doesn't get finished much, but he gets dropped. You've seen Zhu Rong was dropping him. He's got terrible takedown defense, but he's got a pretty good get-up game, and he's got a pretty active BJJ. But he can be held up against the cage. You've seen him against Zhu Rong. You've seen in some of his other fights and on his regional stuff. He can be held up against the cage. He doesn't seem all that physically strong. He's just like an explosive striker. So give me Drakkar Klose here. I'm going to take him by decision. And I expect it to be a pretty easy decision. Like I said, I don't think Brandon Jenkins is going to be in the UFC after this. His only chance to win is by flying knee or something spinning crap or something. And Drakkar Klose is really defensively sound, like I said, other than the Benito Dariush fight. So I got Drakkar Klose. He is the third part of that 4-leg parlay. So now we have Klose, Kianzad, and Silva so far. Fight number 10 is in the men's featherweight division. Pat Sabatini versus T.j Laramie. Pat Sabatini is 16-3, currently sitting at minus 350. T.j Laramie is 12-4, currently sitting at plus 275. Pat Sabatini, man, is a savage. You seen, I bet last time I bet Tucker Lutz, man. Tucker Lutz was looking good on the Ultimate Fighter, up a weight class, all that didn't matter, man. Pat Sabatini's wrestling is so good. He's a college wrestler, really good college wrestler, but his MMA wrestling is legit. He knows how to use that cage as a weapon against guys, man. Legit. His cage wrestling, like they say like cage wrestling up against cage is basically the same thing as wrestling on the ground, and that's what he does to people. Really nice single leg takedown, really fast single leg up against the cage too. Crazy chain wrestling, go from the single to the double, body locks. He can do it all. He has excellent BJJ and ground and pound. Good. He has good striking. He's got like a karate style of striking with darting in straight combos, but he's really just doing that to set up his BJJ. But I mean in wrestling, but he does have really good serviceable striking. He's got some finishes standing. He's really good at taking the back and getting the rear naked choke. If he gets your back, man, it's pretty much over after that. If he takes your back, so he's got that. He's got world-class chain wrestling, like I was saying earlier, and his cardio is off the hook. I thought he was going to gas out against Tucker Lutz. I really did, because he started gassing against Tristan Conley in his first fight in the UFC, it looked like, but he ended up still pulling that off. But against Tucker Lutz, man, he looked like his cardio is world-class. And he's very good cage control and cage wrestling. Like I said, T.j Laramie, man, he's good too. He didn't look good in his fight against Derek Minner, and when he got choked out, and I lost some money on that, he got choked out real quick, just fell into a guillotine. But he's got really good boxing and really good fast hands and power. Like, the dude's a little fighter. You can tell he's like a natural born fighter. He's got pretty good offensive and defensive wrestling, super fast, man. He's really heavy on top when he can get on top, and he's got really, really good ground and pound. He's got a nice jab and fast combos after he kind of darts into. The dude's good. I really like T.j Laramie. I just don't like him in this fight. He's going to be the smaller guy. He's 5'6" with the 66-inch reach. Pat Sabatini's 5'8" with the 70-inch reach. And I think that Laramie probably will have the better striking standing up, because he does have pretty good striking. But and he has a good wrestling. But I thought Tucker Lutz had good wrestling too. But Sabatini, I believe, is just being a bigger guy. He's going to be able to just be bigger, weigh on him, get him up against the cage, land his takedowns, get his control. He may be able to submit him, but we'll see. T.j Laramie's pretty good. But yeah, man, I'm taking Pat Sabatini by decision. Sabatini's going to round out the 4-fight parlay. So I have Sabatini, Kianzad, Silva, and Klose. I have 1.5 units to win 2.6 units. So it's for them 4, which, like I said, I think all 4 of them are fighting people that are not really. Besides, Pat Sabatini has the toughest fight versus T.j Laramie, but Pat Sabatini's the best fighter out of all 4 of them, so he's going to get this win. But yeah, Sabatini, Kianzad, Silva, Klose, 1.5 units to win 2.6. And I really like that parlay. And like I said, now I'm not going to use any of them 4 and any other parlays and try to mix it up. I'll just have 1.5 units to win a nice 2.6. All the rest are going to be pretty much straight bets other than the 2.5 unit parlay or 1.5 unit 2-fighter parlay. All right, trying to hurry this up, man. I know everybody don't want to sit for 45 minutes, so I've been trying to get through these quick. Fight number 11 is in the men's welterweight division. We got Elizeu Zaleski versus Munir Lizez. Zaleski's 23-7. He's currently sitting at -185. Munir Lizez is 10-2, currently sitting at +155. Zaleski is good, man. This dude's been in the UFC for a long time. He's a vet. He's fought everybody. He's got a win over Sean Strickland with the spinning roundhouse kick. He's got really good striking and kickboxing. He comes from like a capoeira background, and you can tell that in his movement sometimes. He's a very well-rounded fighter, though. He's got good wrestling. He's got good defensive wrestling. He's got really good BJJ. He's a black belt. Good ground and pound, everything, man. The dude's really tough. He's got really good kicks to the leg, body, and head. He really, like I said, with the capoeira kickboxing stuff, he really likes to throw them kicks, and he throws with power. You've seen his last fight against Saint Denis, man. That was a beating he threw on him. He has really good boxing with power in his hands. He's very, very tough with great cardio, man. And he's good at knees and spinning shit, like I said earlier. Sean Strickland and a couple other guys, too. And I just like him, man. He's an all-around tough dude and a good fighter. Lizez, man, on the other hand, he's got really high-level kickboxing. He's got really good step-in knees and flying knees. You've seen even against Rahman when he was fighting Al Hassan. He was hitting him with a lot of step-in knees and flying knees. So if he fights any good wrestlers, man, he's going to knock somebody out with one of them knees. He's got really powerful leg, body, and head kicks. I just wish he could take a body kick as good as he could give him. His last fight against Warley Alves lost me a bunch of money when Warley hit him with them 2 body kicks in a row and just shut him down. But before that, I mean, he was looking decent, got taken down, but he was getting up. And dude, his striking is world class, and this is going to be a really good stand-up fight and a really good fight because this dude's really tough, man. He just happened to get hit in the body like that, which was terrible. But he's got KO power with his head kicks. He's got a couple KO knockouts with that. Really nice step in elbows too. It's almost weird. You don't see him that much like he throws them, but maybe Matt Brown or something. But he's got really good step in elbows from weird angles. So I really like that. He's got decent offensive and defensive wrestling and a good get-up game. He throws crazy combos like a liver shot to a head kick. Like just really good stuff, man. Really tough with great cardio. Really explosive prospect. He's super technical too, man. I really like this kid. I don't have no bets on this. I'm gonna take Zaleski by decision, but man, I can't bet on this because Munir Lizez is he's a super live underdog, man. The more I'm talking about it and thinking about it, because like I've seen Zaleski get beat down by the Leech, by Jing Liang, and Lizez, man, is better striking than the Leech. So Lizez definitely has a chance to win this fight. I'm taking Zaleski by decision at this point, but I'm going to see where the line goes. I know it's come down. Zaleski was -190, he's -185 now, so I don't know. When I go to the casino tomorrow, I'm gonna see what the lines are. But fight number 12, we got in the men's middleweight division. We got Caio Borralho versus Amari Gadziev. I'm going to get this because I was watching a bunch of it and had it down. Borralho is 10-1, currently sitting at +110. Gadzie's 13-0, currently sitting at -140. Borralho, you've seen him on the Barilla. Well, you seen him on Dana White's Contender Series. He had 2 fights on there. Looked really good. His first fight, I lost money against him. I bet on the Canadian dude, and he beat him, dominated him all 3 rounds, and then knocked out the other guy on the at 205 upper weight class. Knocked him out real quick on his second fight. He's got world-class BJJ. He's doing grappling tournaments. He had a grappling match with Jailton Almeida, who you can see is a savage, and only lost to escape points. He's got really good striking and movement. Really nice jab and fast straight left down the middle. Really nice all-around kicking game too. Body, head, legs. He's got okay wrestling. he's got a pretty good clinch because he's got really good jiu-jitsu. He's got decent wrestling. If he could get his wrestling a lot better, he'd be a real problem. But he's really good ground and pound too when he gets on top, man. He puts pressure on people and hits hard. He's just a really well-rounded fighter. He's a great jiu-jitsu, great striking, everything. The dude is really good. Hits with power too. Godzi though, man, this guy's got like, he's really well-rounded. Russian fighter with really good kicks. He's really agile with his legs and punches. He's really fast body and head kicks, like really fast. He can throw them out with his front leg, lead leg, back leg, it doesn't matter. Really great Russian wrestling. He's really heavy on top with really good ground and pound. That was the thing that I was watching. I watched like 4 of his fights, and that was what I was looking for. I knew he had the good wrestling, and I knew he had the BJJ. And what I watched for is that he has really good BJJ. His transitions are nice. He stays really defensively sound, head right on the chest when he's on top. And he really likes to use the Dagestani handcuffs, and he likes to crucifix guys and beat them up. So he's got really good BJJ himself, because I was wondering, hoping that's because he's going to probably need that in this. He's going to be wrestling a lot, I think, in this fight. And I think he can stay safe. He never stops working on top with his transition and punches. Really good chain wrestling, and that was another thing I was looking for, was his cardio, and his cardio checks out. Excellent cardio, and he's really good on the ground. I'm going to take, this is going to be a really good fight. Both these guys are really big up-and-coming prospects, but I'm going to take Godzi by decision. I don't have a bet on him yet. I was seeing where that line was going. I was hoping it was going to come down, but I see it's going up, and he's at minus 140. He was at minus 135 yesterday, so I'm gonna go bet him tomorrow when I go to the casino. But as long as the line don't go crazy between that. But look out for my official bets video, and you'll know who I'm taking in that. You know what bet I put in. I don't have a bet in on him yet. Fight number 13 is in the men's welterweight division. Rafa Garcia versus Jesse Ronson. Rafa Garcia is going up to 170 for this fight. Rafa Garcia is 13-2. He's currently sitting at minus 120. Jesse Ronson's 21-10, currently sitting at minus 110. Rafa Garcia, he's up and down. He looked pretty good in his last fight against Nathan Levy. His striking is pretty good, serviceable. He's really tough. He can take some strikes. His wrestling is pretty good. You can tell he didn't come from like a crazy wrestling background, but he's pretty good at wrestling. He's got like a nice little single leg and body lock takedowns. He's got a good left hook, right cross, and overhand. Good leg and body kicks too with power. And he's really tough and good with cardio, but he's kind of basic. Like, he's just like meat and potatoes, man. He's got good decent striking, good power, whatever, but he doesn't have anything that just stands out to me. He's got pretty good, like, decent wrestling and pretty heavy on top. Jesse Ronson, man, this dude's got he's coming back. He's been off for 2 years. He won a fight against Nicholas Dalby at 170 a couple, about maybe like 20 months ago, and then he failed for all kinds of steroids and stuff. So he's been out due to that, and that could have been what made him look so good the last 2-3 years, because he was fighting in PFL and all these other organizations where he could have steroided up, and then he came in on short notice where he didn't have time to get it out of his system or nothing. So, but man, he's got really good kickboxing. He's got a really good straight and left down the middle, really nice leg kick to punch combos. His kickboxing is on point. You can tell he's been doing it for a long time, and he's got really good power. He can be taken down, but he gets up. He's got a good get-up game, and he's got a good takedown defense. He's got decent wrestling himself and really good ground and pound if he can get on top. He has a nice jab and a nice powerful counter left hook. He has a nice straight left. That's what he dropped Dalby with. Barely touched him, dude, and dropped him. He's a great counter puncher. He can be low output. Here, I'm going to take the underdog. I'm going to take Jesse Ronson by decision. Because Rafa Garcia is tough, but I believe he's going to be able to stop Rafa Garcia's wrestling from what I've seen, as long as them steroids weren't everything he was. But from everything I've seen throughout his career, he's got pretty good takedown defense, enough to, I'm pretty sure, stop Rafa Garcia. He's going to be the bigger guy too. He's going to be 3 inches taller with 2.5 inches of reach. He's 5'10" with 70.5 inches of reach. Rafa Garcia is 5'7" with 68-inch reach. So Jesse Ronson's going to be the bigger man. He's going to be fighting him up a weight class at 170, but he's coming in off that layoff. But I'm going to take Ronson by decision. No bet on this. I'm going to stay away from this fight. It's too many unknowns in that fight for me. We're to fight number 14, the main event in the men's welterweight division. We got Vicente Luque versus Belal Muhammad. As I said earlier, this is a rematch. Vicente Luque knocked Belal Muhammad out with a sick uppercut about three and a half years ago, 1 minute into the first round. Vicente Luque is 21-7-1, currently sitting at minus 165. Belal Muhammad is 20-3, currently sitting at plus 135. Man, Vicente Luque has super heavy hands. His striking is so good, but he's a really, really well-rounded fighter. Like, he's got decent wrestling himself. He can be taken down by really top-level wrestlers, but he's got a really good get-up game, and he's got 6 submission game. He's got a really good BJJ. He's a black belt. He's got 4 Darce chokes. He's got Chiesa, Woodley, Price, and Herrera, and he actually had another one on the Ultimate Fighter. So he has 5 Darce chokes in the UFC alone, right? So that's when these wrestlers are taking him down. He's just seizing up taking that neck when it comes out. He can get, like I said, he can be taken down, but he keeps moving. Good get up game. He's very explosive. He has a really good jab and left calf kick combo, man. He like just a jab to a calf kick combo, just super hard calf kick. He was eating Randy Brown up with that. And Randy Brown didn't have no calf, so you know that was really affecting him. He's got serious power in his straight and overhand right. I mean, he touches people. He's got really heavy hands. You can see even when he's hitting Randy Brown or anybody, it's like thud, like, and the dude's just in your face. And he'll take one to give one. You can tell his head is full bone, dude, just thick bone, man. KO power in both hands and with knees and flying knees. He's got finishes with knees. He finished Randy Brown with a knee up against the cage, knocked him out cold. Very tough dude with excellent cardio, man. This dude's a contender, man. Vicente Luque is a beast. Belal Muhammad, 20-3. You know him, man. He's got good wrestling, and this is in the small cage, so that's going to help him again. I didn't take that into consideration as much last time when he fought Stephen Thompson, but it is a big thing with Belal Muhammad, because he kept coming out with Stephen Thompson every round and touching gloves. By the time he touched gloves, he would push Thompson back, and by that time Thompson's already at the fence, and he would just shoot in. It was sad. But he's got really good wrestling. He's got pretty good boxing with fast hands, with uppercuts, and he's got good leg and body kicks, man. He's got pretty good striking. He's just kind of slow. He seems to be physically strong with good cage clinch, as long as he's stronger than the guy he's fighting. But I don't think he's gonna be stronger than Vicente Luque here. He's got a really fast double and single leg takedowns, and he's really good at chain wrestling, especially up against the cage. You've seen against Wonder Boy, but I think what we've seen against Wonder Boy was more of a mirage. I think Wonder Boy's takedown defense isn't that good, and I think Wonder Boy's old, and all that played into effect to make it look like Belal Muhammad is the next best thing on earth, because he's really not. He couldn't even get the takedowns against Diego Lima in that fight, and he was getting his leg tore up, and he had to win a boring decision holding him up against the cage. So I actually went back and watched the Jeff Neal fight with Belal Muhammad too, because I think that's gonna be a lot how this fight's gonna go. And he was able to land like 2 takedowns, but Jeff Neal popped right back up because he's explosive and super strong, and then he would just beat Belal Muhammad up on the feet. So I watched a bunch of fights, but like Vicente Luque versus Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley came out in the first round and threw 2 punches, tried to lock up with him, clinch him up, and get the takedown. He couldn't even do it. You see Michael Chiesa land a sneaky takedown on Vicente Luque, and he was Darce choked to sleep subsequently, 45 seconds later. So yeah, man, but Vicente Luque is dangerous with the strikes or on the ground. Belal Muhammad, man, he's got a really high pace and really good cardio, so I like that. He's got good BJJ and top control. If he could take the back and flatten you out like he did to Stephen Thompson, he's a problem. Dude's really good with that. But like I said, man, he's slow, hittable, and he can be hurt. You've seen Luque's already knocked him out with the uppercut, and I think that's going to be a big punch here with Belal constantly trying to shoot and spam takedowns like he's going to have to do, because he's not going to be able to stand up and strike with Luque. And luckily this is a 5-round fight, and I hope Luque puts a beating on Belal Muhammad, to be honest. I got Vicente Luque by finish. I don't know if it's first, second, third, fourth, fifth round, but the dude keeps cardio and power the whole fight, and he will get it done. I have 2 units on him to win 1.2 units. That's the last fight for UFC Vegas 51. So my official bets for UFC Vegas 51 so far, I have Vicente Luque 2 units to win 1.2 units. Then I have a Nunes Buday parlay, 1.3 units to win 1.75 units. Then I have the 4-fight parlay, Kianzad, Klose, Silva, Sabatini, 1.5 units to win 2.6 units. And I really like that. Like I said, I think all them guys should dominate their opponents. I'm going to the casino tomorrow or Tuesday night to put in the rest of my bets. I'll look at some over-unders. I really like the Ghazi, and I like Trey Ogden too against them. So I'm probably going to put them bets in, but I'll let you know on my official bets. everybody, please like and subscribe. I put a lot of work into this, man. Like and subscribe to my stuff. Comment, man. Let's go back and forth. Even if you don't like my picks, let me know. We keep it civil. Have a good time. Look for me and Johnny K Picks show, like I said, on Wednesday or Thursday at 7 p.m. On his channel. And thank you, everybody. Good luck, man. We're gonna win. We're gonna win again. I plan on going on a 10-week run here by making just like my 5 or 6 smart bets. I was doing like 7, 8 bets per card for the 3 cards before this, and it just wasn't working out for me. I got away from my original betting system and stuff, so I got back this week, 5 bets, 4-1, won some money. Should have been 5-0, but I'm gonna probably have 5 bets, maybe 6, but I'm thinking just 5 bets this week, and we're gonna win some more money, man. Thank you, everybody, for checking this out. I appreciate you guys, and see you guys later.